Feijoa is one of the most interesting fruits I can think of that I can grow here in the Northern European climate. I'm in zone 8A and I do all kinds of breeding experiments with apples, pears, plums, but for the more exotic fruits and the more sort of interesting new discoveries, I think the Feijoa is really the most promising fruit for the continent. Also on a commercial basis, because it's a very, very good fruit. It's got a beautiful flavor, it's new, it's very high quality, and the trees are very, very strong. The fruit doesn't get any pests, any diseases here so far. So I think it's a very, very promising and interesting fruit to make crosses with and to try to select more and better varieties for. So the fruit ripens just after the apples ripen here usually. So at the end of October, beginning of November, they have a very nice tropical flavor that everybody likes and that is really something that you look forward to tasting every year. And they can give you this month of nice tropical summer flavor while actually the weather is turning gray and the nights are getting longer again. I started breeding with them in 2012. I started collecting varieties and making crosses, and the first fruits that really have a very good flavor and a very good potential for my climate, I've sown them in 2016, and the trees started to give fruit 2 or 3 years ago. So it usually takes between 4 to 6 years between sowing the seeds and tasting the first fruit of your trees. And that's a relatively, I think for fruit trees, it's a relatively short time frame in which you can already taste the next generation. So I try to collect as much variety as possible and seeds from as many different sources that I could find, and I've sown them all in my garden, and then I have waited for 5 to 6 years, and I was really pleasantly surprised to find some very good specimens between them, because the challenge in this northern climate is to have the fruit ripen in time, to have the fruit grow into a big enough size, and then to develop enough sweetness. And about half of my trees never reach that. They have fruit that remains too small and too sour, and they don't size up well. The other half of the trees, from all the different sources, there are sources that haven't given any promising trees to me, but most of them, they still have a lot of variety in them. And for instance, that seeds that I got from Colombia, which is a very tropical place, they have given me a couple of trees that are very hardy and very early and with large fruits. So you can't tell beforehand which population of seeds will give you the most promising trees. So it's been a very interesting journey to try to find good varieties within these trees, and because there's not so much known about the fruit yet, it's also very interesting to try to grow them, see how the pollination works, see how the fruit set works, see if it gets diseases or what kind of pests it gets. And so it's a very interesting tree to work with and still develop the way how to grow it and how to make it a sort of a good fruit-producing tree. This is such an incredible, promising fruit for Europe. So if you are in agriculture or farming, if you want to try to grow and develop a new kind of fruit in Europe that has a lot of promise and develop your own local variety, your own local market for this, contact me, please let me know, and then I can see if I can get you to try out some of my selections of the best and the biggest fruits.